Yes, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me again. I do appreciate it. We're going. Look, I've called an emergency meeting of the board. We're going to talk about Liverpool Football Club and what the hell is happening at Liverpool Football Club right now, because I think we're all pretty much confused, aren't we, guys? We are pretty much all confused what's happening right now. So we're going to chat about it. What we're going to do, we're going to try and have an adult discussion about it. How about that, guys? Let's have an adult discussion about it and have a real, guys in the chat, me here, we're all going to try and understand what the bloody hell is happening at the football club right now and where is it going. But guys, before we start, because StreamYard has been messing around lately. He's been messing around on everyone's channel. So first of all, I need to know if you can hear me fine and see me fine. So if you can hear me and see me, just throw the number 1 in the live chat, guys. Spam ones in the live chat if you can hear me and see me, because StreamYard has been sort of like messing up everyone's channels of late. And then we will start. Oh, beautiful. We can all. Oh, right. Excellent. Big up Solo P1 in the chat. Big up everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. It's lovely to see you all here. Yeah, we're going we're going to have a proper discussion, and hopefully everything stays good, because StreamYard has been messing up something chronic of late. And hopefully StreamYard stays good. We can only hope StreamYard stays good, because it's been messing up on everyone's channels. Guys, don't forget to like. It's gone. Oh, for God's sake. See, look, StreamYard's already started. It's already started with the pixelation. There you go. This is StreamYard for you. Hang on, guys. This is what I've been telling everyone about. StreamYard is absolutely messing everything up right now. God's sake. I don't know what's happening with StreamYard. I really don't. I might have to just take the picture off for a little bit. Hopefully it comes back in a minute. It's StreamYard, guys. They're messing everyone's things up. I look like an old VCD disc. Hopefully it'll be all right in a minute. But yeah, big up to everyone in house. Thank you very much for joining me. We can continue. I think it's getting itself sorted now. But guys, FSG, Liverpool, Michael Hughes, Michael Edwards, stripping all the youth. I've heard a lot of rumours going around. Some people think we are stripping back a lot of assets so FSG can sell Liverpool. I've heard this rumour going around, right? So the rumour I don't know about you guys in the chat. Big up everyone. Thank you for telling me it's good now. Let me know what you guys say in the chat. What I've heard is that we are scraping back assets. We're getting rid of assets because the club are looking to sell. I don't think that's the case. I honestly don't. I don't think FSG are going to sell Liverpool Football Club. Why would they? We make so much money for them. We probably make more money than any of their North American assets, should we say, because Liverpool's more of a worldwide name and football is more of a worldwide sport. So Liverpool probably bring them the most business or money. I'm not sure about it. I don't live in North America, so maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't see them wanting to sell Liverpool anytime soon. Guitar, please. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they're selling. Here's what I think. I personally think that Michael Edwards now runs the football club, and he's trying to run the football club the way he wants to run the football club. So if we go back to the time Michael Edwards was the sporting director, he wanted things done in a certain kind of way. He wanted to buy a certain kind of player. He was happy waiting for certain kind of players. He never panicked in the transfer market. And he never wanted to give players in their 30s long-term contracts. and he'd like to get rid of players and be ruthless as much as possible. Obviously, Michael Edwards couldn't do all that because he was sporting director and he weren't the big cheese on campus. Jurgen Klopp was the big cheese on campus, so FSG pretty much went by what Jurgen Klopp wanted to do at the time. But there's no Jurgen Klopp no more. And FSG have basically made Michael Edwards run the football club. So Michael Edwards is basically the boss at the moment. He's the one in charge. He's the one in charge of our football club right now, and he's now got no one to tell him what to do. He works for FSG, obviously, but I don't think Michael Edwards and Tom Werner are going to be having meetings with Michael Edwards telling him how to run the football club. The only meeting they probably had was tell Michael Edwards how to, you run the football club now, get on with your job. That's probably the only meeting Michael Edwards ever had. Michael Edwards is going to run the club like a business, in my opinion. He's going to run the club like a data-driven business. That's how Michael Edwards is going to run the club. That's how Michael Edwards wanted to run the club back when he was sporting director. He wanted to run the club like that, like a data-driven business when he was sporting director under Jurgen Klopp. But, Jurgen Klopp was a manager. He didn't want to run the football club like a data-driven business. He wanted the players he wanted, and he didn't want to sell the players he didn't want to sell. And obviously, Klopp had more power than Michael Hughes, and rightfully so, by the way. Jurgen Klopp was in charge of Liverpool for so long. He got a lot of trust with the board, the fans, and everybody that he could run the club how he sees fit. But that's not happening now. Michael Edwards is the CEO of FSG Football Operations. So pretty much he's in charge of Liverpool Football Club on the day-to-day business. Michael Edwards employed Richard Hughes. That was Michael Edwards. He wanted Richard Hughes as sporting director. Then he was on the search for a manager. And then, obviously, the manager they got in was Arne Slot together. But Arne Slot was given the term head coach, not a manager. He's given the name head coach. So pretty much because he's given them the title head coach, it takes responsibility away from Arne Slot about players in, about players out, contracts and all that sort of thing. And it gives more power again to people like Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. Now, at first, I was happy about this. I was happy about this situation. I don't like managers having all the burden in today's football. I think managers should be more just sitting down with their team, coaching, training, and getting the best out of the players they have available in their squad. That, for me, is what managers should probably do in today's football, given we've given up powers to so many other people now. And I was all happy about it. I was, because I thought we're going to be ruthless. We're going to get people in for good prices. I know a lot of people get a bit, upset that we don't spend enough money, and I'm with you as well. But sometimes you can buy really good players without spending that kind of cash, yeah. And with Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, especially in tow, I thought that would be happening this summer. I think a lot of you guys, thought that would be happening this summer. We'd all be like, we've got Michael Edwards back. We're going to be looking at good players at good prices, and it's going to be like it was when he was sporting director. And it hasn't happened yet this summer. And we got like a week to go, I believe. We've got 7 days to go. And nothing's happened so far. Obviously, the Zubimendi stuff happened. We know what happened with Zubimendi. And then after that, we got told that, Liverpool will wait and be patient. And I'm like, I get this patient stuff. Look, the one thing I will say about Michael Edwards, guys, this is the one thing I will say about Michael Edwards. He doesn't care about the fanfare behind the scenes. So there's people like me, there's people like you guys in the chat, you beautiful people in the chat, myself with Sam, Enns, Cal and Matt and Drifty, and all these great people that do Liverpool content creation, and you know, Grizz Khan and all these great people and people on social media, on Twitter and Instagram and all this saying like, how can we not be spending? How can we not be spending? How can we not be spending? We need this and need this. And it's like Michael Edwards doesn't listen to that. Michael Edwards sits there chilled and relaxed. He won't be threatened into buying players for the sake of buying players. And I respect that. I do actually respect that, right? I do respect that guts and nerve where they can block out the outside noise and they think they know what's best for the football club. And what's best for the football club in their eyes is waiting for the right players. Now, I'm fine with that. But this is where it comes down to it. You then got to buy the players. You know what I'm saying? I think we're all okay with waiting for the right players as long as you buy them when they become available. That's perfectly fine. Because I don't know about you guys in the chat. I don't want any old player. I don't want to get a player in just for the sake of buying a player. And I expect all you guys in the chat are probably the same. We don't want to just go on. We're not Chelsea. We're not going to just buy any player that no one's ever heard of to bring to the football club if we don't need them. We'd rather get the correct player for our football team and go from there. But the problem is when the players become available, we're not buying them. You know, we're not buying them. And that's the issue. You know, we're not actually buying the players, guys. So as I said, I'm fine with waiting for the correct player as long as you buy them. I don't want then the PR to come out after we don't buy them. There's nothing else available and we're going to wait till next year. That's the thing that's peeing everybody off. That's the thing that's getting on everybody's nerves, this PR. Just tell us the truth. Tell us the truth. So we're going for Zubimendi. Michael Edwards, I'm going to mention Michael Edwards a lot, and I know people will say Richard Hughes is the sporting director, but we've learned lately that Michael Edwards is basically in charge. Yeah, he's working closely with Richard Hughes. He's basically in charge. Look at the business we've done. I'm going to get to all the selling. You know, if you look at the business we've had on Outgoings, you can tell it's got Michael Edwards' fingerprints all over it, right? Where's Zubimendi? That was the right guy. So Zubimendi was the right guy. We pinpointed the right person for a certain position in our team at that high quality. Every Liverpool fan was ecstatic. Every Liverpool fan was extremely happy with the situation that we've decided to go and get the right player for our football team. Yeah, in Zubimendi. That's what they did, yeah? So then go and buy him. I don't know what's happened in between that. I don't know if Liverpool waited too long. They gave Zubimendi too much grace. Zubimendi said no. They said yes, then said no, and we stayed with the transfer. I don't know what happened, yeah? But I can sit here and look at it and go, right, if we haven't got Zubimendi, then go and get plan B. Go and get the next one down. Go and get the next player. You've got backup. And the issue is it doesn't look like we've got a backup player for this position. Now, you can't tell me. I don't think there's a Liverpool fan alive who doesn't think there's defensive-minded midfield players out there. And I'm not on about a proper, like an all-out DM in the way Rodri is. I don't think that's sort of the DM that Slot's looking for, because that's not what Zubimendi is. Zubimendi is more of a deep-lining playmaker. If that's what Slot's looking for, there's players surely out there that can improve Liverpool's squad right now, and he's a little bit better than, say, Wataru Endo. I love Wataru Endo, everyone knows that. But surely you can find a player that is a better player than him right now in the market. Surely there's players out there, yeah? But apparently we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. You know, it's just madness to me. Who said happy birthday? I take it might be someone else in the chat. My birthday was almost 3 weeks ago. Big up Ends in the chat. How you doing? Well, man. Edwards has 7 days. Bruno's voice. Bruno, you know. Poor Bruno. Apollo, take a breath, Jamie. Your therapist and cardiologist will stop you screaming long. I'm quite calm. I'm quite calm, to be fair. I'm quite calm. You look like McAllister's uncle. What does McAllister's uncle look like? First of all, David, is that is it an insult or is that quite a good compliment? I don't know. I don't know, David. I have no idea if you've just complimented me or insulted me. I don't. I don't know what his uncle looks like. Yeah, hit that like button, subscribe as well, people, if you've not already. And also, a quick pause here just to tell you about my TIFO. So, guys, as you see it scrolling at the bottom of the channel there, I am on TIFO now. And on TIFO, I'll be doing all my watch-alongs. All the watch-alongs on TIFO will be everyone but Liverpool. All Liverpool content stays on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So all Liverpool watch-alongs will stay on my YouTube channel. All watch-alongs for Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Man City, Tottenham, Barcelona games, Real Madrid games. They're all going to be on my TIFO channel. So if you've not subscribed over there yet, go over to my TIFO channel. The link is pinned in the live chat right now. Go over to there. If you're brand new, if you've never been on TIFO before and you're brand new, all you got to do is put your email in, your password, and referral code when it comes up is Jamie. If you're already on TIFO and you follow Coppish, Never a Foul, or Drifty, then all you got to do is go and find Jamie Phillips Football Chats on TIFO and join the community. So big up to everyone for doing that. I appreciate it. So big up to 281 people in the live chat. Make sure you're hitting that like button. The likes while you're live help the channel grow. The magical algorithm does its thing, and if you're hitting that like button, YouTube will put my channel into people's timelines on their YouTube homepage that have never seen me before, and they click on it and they might like what they see, they might not. But if you hit that like button, it helps a lot. So I appreciate it. So yeah, look, guys, I've never been this one that I'm quite a positive Liverpool fan, as you guys know. I've always been quite a positive Liverpool fan. I'm not this, like, I'm not on the FSG out brigade. I went on the anti this or the positive that. I've always been that YouTuber in the Liverpool community that sort of criticizes when criticism needs to be and is positive when positivity is needed. So I can see things on both sides of the coin, if that makes sense. But the thing that's irritating me right now is that Michael Edwards is in charge of the club. Richard Hughes is the sporting director. We looked at Zubimendi that everyone was happy with. It never happened, so we had to move on. Fine. Transfers don't always happen, by the way. You don't always get your first choice because of some reason or another, yeah? That's fine. But you move on and you look around the market for elsewhere. The problem is we're not looking around the market and we're sort of relying on Ryan Gravenberch now, which I don't think is fair to Ryan Gravenberch, and I don't think it's fair to Arne Slot either. So we do need players. I'm not going to be one of these Liverpool fans who don't think we need players. I think that's just a bit narcissistic if you think we don't need footballers. Every team needs to improve. You do need players in your squad, bolster your squad. You need quality in the squad. As I said, I'm not one of these fans who, you know, wants any old player, and my Wi-Fi has gone again. This is doing my head in. Hopefully the Wi-Fi comes back, guys. Hopefully the Wi-Fi comes back in a minute. Yeah, I feel like we need players. Of course we need players. Every team needs players, guys. Every team needs players. So do we need a lot of players? No. How many do we need? I have no idea. About 3 or 4 probably. And then we can kick on and give Arne Slot the best chance. But we've got a week to go. We've got literally 7 days to go. Anything can happen. Look, we could go in the market tomorrow. And we can bring players in. No problem. That could happen quite easily. We can go in the market tomorrow, bring a player in, and we buy 3 players before the end of the window. That can happen, guys. There's absolutely zero doubts about it. That can happen. By the way, guys, the Wi-Fi is not my internet. I've just looked at my internet, and it's absolutely fine. It's to do with StreamYard. There's something up with StreamYard at the moment where it's not connecting properly for people. So it might come up and down. So I do apologise. Actually, not my internet. It's because I've got an Ethernet cable plugged into my computer, so I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I've got an Ethernet cable, so it's just StreamYard. We need players. Look, we need a centre back, guys. Sepp Vandenberg is leaving the football club. I'm going to get onto that sale in a minute. That's a great bit of business. But Sepp Vandenberg is leaving the football club. There's still questions on Joe Gomez's future. Our left-back area of our pitch is the weakest of the 2 full-back areas, in my opinion. I think we're quite strong with Trent and Conor Bradley on the right. Konate and Kwanzaa as the right centre-backs. Left centre-back options, we need an option for Virgil van Dijk, and I think we need a new left-back. We need a centre-back before the end of the window. We desperately need a centre-back. Kwanzaa went down with a little injury in training. Slot said he didn't train on Wednesday, but it's not anything bad. He could train today and be available for the weekend, but it's nothing bad, so don't worry, guys. But that, again, injuries in football happens. It don't matter who it happens. So we need a left-sided centre-back in, no matter what. So a centre-back has to come in this summer for me, or it leaves us short. I look at the midfield options right now. Got Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Wataru Endo, Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones. We've got 6 first-team midfielders. We're at least one short. At least one short. The news today is that Stefan Bajcetic is going out on loan. We've already sold Bobby Clark. McConnell's probably going out on loan. I think Kumas is going out on loan. We're losing, depth. I don't know what the club are thinking. I don't know if we're going to have one massive buy before the end of the window because we've got 6 first-team midfielders, guys. 6. I've always said the magic number around that central midfield area is probably 7 to 8. 7 to 8 is that magical number where it just gives you that extra bit of depth. I know we only play with 3 midfielders, but if one gets injured, then you've got 3 extra to come in, and then you've only got 5 midfielders. If one gets a bad injury and is out for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, you've only got 5 midfielders there, and you play with 3. So you're losing a little bit of depth. So at this moment in time, we've got 6 first-team midfielders. I think we need at least one more in. I think we need one more in. It's quality, man, as Danny said in the chat there. It's quality you're in. It's quality you're in. And for 6 questions, yeah, I think it's 6. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister, Endo, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones. That's the 6, ain't it? Because Stefan's going. Tyler Morton's leaving. Yeah, it's a 6. So we need numbers there. Bobby Clark's been sold. So yeah, we need just one more. Just one more will give us that depth where we're comfortable. Just that depth where we're comfortable, guys. Just where we're just a little bit comfortable. Because the midfield 3 of Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai is a very good midfield. You take one of them out and you put a Harvey Elliott in there, it's still a very good midfield. You take one of them out, take Harvey back out and you put Endo in there and it's still a decent midfield. But if you have to put Curtis and Harvey in there together with a McAllister, then your midfield's looking a little weaker. So you just need that one. Just that one standout midfielder if the club can go and find before the end of the window. It benefits our team. It gives us that more strength in depth. And it makes the manager happy because the manager is blatantly asking for it. He wants a player. Slot is sitting there basically wanting this midfielder. He needs this midfielder. Otherwise, we'll go ask so much of Gravenberch this season. And I think Gravenberch plays in a deeper position. I think Gravenberch is fine in a deeper position, but he's not a number 6. I'd like Gravenberch playing that double pivot alongside the DM. You go and get your defensive midfielder in, or your deep lining playmaker, whatever you want to call him, that number 6 position, yeah, that Slot wants. Go and get that player in, play Gravenberch next to him, then you free up McAllister who can play further up the midfield. Then you've got Szoboszlai on the bench, then you've got Harvey Elliott on the bench, Curtis Jones on the bench, and Endo on the bench. Straight away, that makes your midfield depth stronger. It makes your bench stronger. And then one of the quality first-team players, like a Szoboszlai, McAllister or Gravenberch maybe, one of them would be on the bench in rotation. Makes your team better straight away. So we're just missing that one player out in that midfield area. And I can't understand for the love of me why Liverpool are not looking for that just one player. Surely you can't sit here and tell me, guys. No one can sit here and tell me there's not one midfielder about that can come into this team. Curtis Jones does pick up his injuries. Gravenberch can pick up his injuries. We've seen it. Szoboszlai got injured a couple of times last season. Hopefully that settles down. Apparently he was injured during the Euro. So, surely there's a player out there, guys. Surely. And one says, yeah, what is wrong with Ederson? Ederson would be great. Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle. He's there to be bought. Bruno at Newcastle is there to get bought. He is just waiting. If Liverpool went to Newcastle tomorrow and offered them £80 million for Bruno, I think they get him. I really do. Now, some people might not rate Bruno Guimaraes. I get it. You might not rate the guy. I think he's a very, very, very good midfielder. And I think you put Bruno in our midfield right now alongside people like Alexis McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch. Straight away, that's a great foursome in that midfield area. Then you've got your likes of Elliott's and your Endos and your Curtis Joneses on the benches who can play rotation. Straight away, you've got more depth there, more power there. Bruno gives you that power in midfield as well. And it's not like we can't afford him. Liverpool guys, Liverpool can afford him, guys. There's no way, nothing. If people don't think they can afford him, man, it's just madness. Big up Peter says American owners don't care about history or legacy. They only care about making the dollar. Yeah, it looks like it's true, man. Like Paul says, Alan Varela is there. He's got a release clause of 70 million. It can be done. Plassos from by Leverkusen. There's players there, man. There's players there that can come into Liverpool and just give us that little bit of quality and depth. And look at the players that everyone in the chat are talking about, yeah? They're not shit footballers. We're talking about your Edersons, your Varellas, your Plassos, I think that's his name. Your Bruno Guimaraes. They're good footballers. They're good quality. We're not sitting here going, oh, just give us any old midfielder, just to give us depth. We're not. We're on about quality, and they're all quality names. They're all quality names. You got Kone. Is that Borussia Mönchengladbach, is it? Who's apparently available for 20 odd million quid or 20 million quid. Now, if he's over his injury crisis, Liverpool were looking at him last year. Yeah, we're under these people, but we were looking at him last year. Has he got enough quality to come into this Liverpool team? Or would that just be, is that depth over quality? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but surely again, he would be better. He would be an uptake on Ederson. Like you're saying about Tonali. Obviously, if his betting issues aside, good footballer. Gomez from Wolves, another good player. So you guys, you're all giving me very good footballers here. You're all giving me very good footballers. There's players there that can improve our midfield. As I said, you guys in the chat are not giving me just crap players, just like anyone will do. Good footballers. Yeah, Kone's problem is his injury prone. I agree with Russell. But again, Kone is probably an upgrade on Wataru Endo. So for that kind of money as well, even if you call Kone as a stopgap signing to get the real player you want, 20 million on Kone is a fine bit of business. I just feel like we are doing long term. This is the long game we're playing. I do feel we're playing the long game under Michael Edwards. And I think Michael Edwards is going to look at it that it's all going to be fulfilled in the next 2 or 3 years. I literally do. I think Michael Edwards and his team are looking at this and thinking there was a lot of work to do when we came to the football club. Not any of it was their fault. And they're probably looking at it and thinking, we can't do everything in one summer. We've got to do A, B, and C. We've got to do A and C now and do B next year or the year after. And in 2 to 3 years' time, we'll go at Liverpool, go look like a totally different club. Who knows? I think that's their goal. I believe Michael Edwards and co are looking at the long-term success, the future, where us as fans, we're not interested in tomorrow. This is what owners and people that run football clubs sometimes don't understand. Yeah, you guys are looking to the future. You guys are looking to 2 to 3 years' time, where in 3 years' time, all this could work. And we could be sitting here in 3 years' time going, well, do you remember 3 years ago when we was all having heart attacks and we weren't doing anything? Now look at us. Yeah, that's all fine and good. But us as fans, we want stuff done today as well. You can do stuff for tomorrow, but you can also implant what you do today as well. And that's what they're forgetting at the moment, in my opinion. Big up, Agents. Bless Jamie. What did I say? Spooky movements by the club. We ain't going to sign no one. It looks that way, Bajan. It looks that way. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Is it Oysin? He says, surely recruitment aren't this negligent. They sell all the young, sell the young subs. Don't bring anyone in. We need a Milner, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, focused Labour type of player. Someone to stand up and rough up teams. Yeah, like Bruno. Bruno would be perfect to that. That's what I keep saying. Big up you. Big up John Kelly in the chat as well. Big up HK Box. Yeah, we need quality, not quantity. I agree. That's why the names we've been shouting out are quality players. Baker says, to be fair, I think Bruno is more likely they have Sadio Tonali to replace him. I think Bruno is gettable. I literally think Bruno is gettable. I really do. Paul says, working at Dave at Palace, Walton at Palace. I think a lot of clubs are looking at him. He had a good 6 months. I believe he'll have a good year at Crystal Palace, and then clubs will come in for him the year after. But Crystal Palace have been decimated at the moment. They're losing their 2 best centre-backs. They've lost Alisson. They could lose Eze yet. Yeah, Palace are getting ripped apart a little bit. Kone would be perfect. Yeah. Again, Plasos at Leverkusen. Good footballer. We've been linked with him before. See, this is the thing. There's players there that we can go and get. There's defenders. Look, we need a defender badly. We need centre back badly. Big up Sean says Ian Graham's book said that 8 parameters to sign a player for above 90% confidence, then the transfer has a 50% chance of working. If a player is better than that first level, it increases massively. Yeah, and look, it's mad what Ian Graham. I mean, if you've read the interview of Ian Graham with The Athletic, you know, Ian Graham does put out a lot of things there, what they look at, like Sean says there, their long-term parameters, the way they look at transfers and data, a player that comes in that improves the first 11. But I would say we bought players that don't always improve the first 11 that bolster our squad before. And why don't we just do that now? Look, we bought likes of Shaqiri before. Shaqiri weren't really better in our first 11, but it was that little bit of quality on the bench when needed. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of player I'm on about. You know, sometimes it's difficult to improve on your best 11. You know, a lot of teams have that struggle to improve on your absolute best 11, but you can go a level just below, like a Shaqiri, for instance. He weren't better than Salah, Mane and Bobby Firmino. But if needed, he came into the team and did a very good job because he had quality. And I think that's what we should look into for our midfield as well. That a Shaqiri-like player for our midfield. Sometimes you might not find a better midfielder than Alexis McAllister as a central midfielder. It's quite difficult, you know. But surely there's play like Gakpo really didn't feature last season. Yeah, really didn't feature last season. He's featuring now because Slot's here. But I would still say there's probably players out there that is probably better than Gravenberch. I said Gakpo, I meant Gravenberch, by the way. That's better than Gravenberch. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I think we're just playing a long-term game. I think the club know what they're doing, and we just are in. We're just in the mire. We don't understand it because we're fans. You know, we're not wisdom to what they're saying behind the scenes. They're probably sitting behind the scenes, not panicking, knowing that all this will pay out in the end and don't worry about things. But we as football fans worry. Why wouldn't we? You know, our 3 best players have not signed a new contract yet. We're selling. We could make up to £150 million this summer. And we're not bought anyone yet. So usually when Liverpool sell players, this is one thing I would say. When Liverpool usually sell a lot of players and make money, they usually end up using it to buy somebody. You know, and if truth be told, Liverpool could make up to almost £150 million this summer. They go buy someone. I think they go buy a centre-back. But they usually do spend money when they sell. It's just... Look, let's get to the outgoings. Let's get to the outgoing part. So Liverpool have been quite ruthless on their outgoings this summer. So you had all Klopps kids that played last season. All Klopps kids that came in and played last season. You know, they're looking at it now and going, no, they're not good enough. Off you go. All Klopps kids are gone. Yeah. And they're not wanted by the football club. I think Kumas he signed a new deal. I think he'll go out on loan. You're looking at Bobby Clark got sold for 10 million. Carvalho got sold for 27.5 million. I believe, is it Blair? Blair's been sold for, is it 600 grand, guys? Let me know in the chat. Is Blair been sold for 600 grand? I don't know where he's gone though. Let me know in the chat, guys. Where's Blair? Where's Blair gone? I know he's been sold. Is it 600 grand? I mean, the outgoing part of the business they've done, I think is fantastic. I'm not going to sit here and pretend they haven't done very good outgoing business. It's gone to Portsmouth. Is it 300 grand growing to 600, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. I think someone puts in the chat here. Big up Eli. Puts in the chat. 300k raising the 600 with add-ons for Blair. So Blair's gone to Portsmouth. Big up everyone in the chat. Appreciate you. So Blair's gone to Portsmouth, yeah? For 600 grand. Liverpool got £27.5 million for Carvalho, plus a 17.5% sell-on clause, and he's gone to Brentford, yeah? I don't know how they did it. I have no idea how they did it, but somehow they got 30 million quid for Sepp van der Berg. Don't ask me how. People said they couldn't even get... I remember I was watching YouTube videos and Liverpool content creators, and they were saying that Sepp van der Berg they won't get the 20 million for Sepp van der Berg. Why are we waiting? Look, they did that. They waited because they knew they'd get their price. 25 million up front for Sepp van der Berg and 5 million and add-ons, taking a full transfer to 30 million quid. It's a great bit of business. And plus, they put a sell-on clause on him. They even put a sell-on clause on him. They used Leverkusen and Brentford as a bidding war and got the price up. Look, Our incomings are shit. Yeah, incomings are shit. Right? Forget about that a minute. I've got to tip my hat. You can tell this has got Michael Edwards all written all over it. Big up, Daryl. Hope you're feeling. Hope you and the family are coping well, my friend. Much love to you. It's got the fingerprints of Michael Edwards written all over it. You know, this is what Michael Edwards is great at. He's very good at getting very good prices of players he shouldn't get prices for, right? And he's managed to go to Brentford and get almost 60 million quid from Brentford for Carvalho and Sepp van der Berg. Somehow, Michael Edwards has got almost 60 million quid out of Brentford for Sepp van der Berg and Carvalho alone. You know, Richard Hughes, I know it's Richard Hughes as the sporting director, guys. I know he did the deal, but let's be fair here, this has got Michael Edwards' fingerprints all over it. I believe there's I think David Ornstein said it as well, that Richard Hughes has been working Michael Edwards has been working extremely hard with Richard Hughes. They've been working together on everything. So Richard Hughes, obviously, is a sporting director. He's the one that signed everything off and did all the, you know, all the signatures and all the phone calls and everything. But it's definitely got Michael Edwards' fingerprints all over it. So, yeah, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards together as a partnership on the selling, on the outgoings of the players that we don't need. I tip my hat off to you. That's good business. 10 million for an academy player in Bobby Clark, good business with a massive sell-on clause. Sepp van der Berg, 25 million up front with 5 million add-ons with a sell-on clause, great business. 27.5 million quid for Carvalho with a sell-on clause, great business. You know, I think Blair to Portsmouth for 300 grand, rising to 600 grand. Again, decent business. And I believe they got a sell-on clause on him as well. I believe everyone they're selling, they put on sell-on clauses on. Billy the Kid, 500 grand. You know, that's good business. But what's not good business is not buying anyone in. Yeah? Not buying anyone in is terrible business. So, yeah, they got the almost 8 million quid on Solanke. That was good business from years ago. So, outgoing-wise, they've done extremely well. Incomings, you know, if we look at the outgoing side of everything, brilliant business. Incomings, dog shit. Yeah? Great business. Incomings, dog shit. They got to mix it up a little bit. And that they just do. I need to see some incomings, guys. We do. We got money there now. As I just said, we got bloody almost 60 million just from Brentford. So there's money there to go and invest on a player if needed with a week to go in this transfer window. Yeah, I just don't. I get why they're letting these players go. I've said it for a long time now. If some of these players are never going to make it at Liverpool, let them go. Why keep them around? Now, if Bobby Clark ever going to become that player for Liverpool, you know, is he going to be good enough where Liverpool look at Bobby Clark and go, you know what? We don't need to go and buy another midfielder now because Bobby Clark is that player. And if they don't think he is, you might as well sell him. So they got 10 million for an academy player. You know, and it's the other one. It is the one that's got everyone a bit confused, including me, right? Stefan Bajcetic, yeah? So Stefan Bajcetic is apparently going to leave at the end of the window. All the Liverpool journos, everyone coming out of Liverpool right now is saying what they've been told is that Stefan is going to leave by the end of the window. Liverpool want him to go on loan. There's a lot of talk as well that Liverpool are up to selling him as well. I don't understand. Look, the Stefan one, I'm so confused with Stefan, right? Because I've always said I think this fan base completely overhypes Stefan Bajcetic. I think we all overhype him hugely. I think we overhype him hugely. Can he be a good footballer? Could be, yeah. But I think we massively overhype him. He needs a loan. I don't think there's anyone against it that he needs a loan. He needs a loan, man. He's only played 21 times in 18 months. The man needs football. He needs to play. But here's the thing. The reason Liverpool want to loan him, apparently, Liverpool don't see him as a defensive midfielder. Or Arne Slot don't anyway. Arne Slot doesn't see him as a number 6. He sees him as a number 8. And in Arne Slot's opinion, we got too many number 8s, so he's not going to play. So he needs to go out on loan. It's I will star your question, Matthew, and I'll get it up in a minute. So they don't see him as a DM. I understand the loaning. I understand loaning him because he's not going to get in front of Gravenberch. He's not going to get in front of McAllister. He's not going to get in front of Szoboszlai. He's not going to get in front of Curtis Jones. And he's not going to get in front of Harvey Elliott. All them players in the number 8 position are going to be in front of Stefan right now. So Liverpool and Arne Slot especially see Stefan Bajcetic as a number 8 and not a number 6. Then he needs to go out on loan. No problem. My issue with it is, though, does anyone actually see Stefan playing for Liverpool again? This is the thing, guys. Do you guys actually see Stefan playing for Liverpool again if he goes out on loan? Considering Liverpool see him as a number 8, yeah? If Arne Slot and Liverpool see him as a number 8, and Gravenberch gets better this season, McAllister gets better this season, Szoboszlai gets better this season, them 3 players alone are in front of Stefan right now. So if he goes out on loan, does anyone actually see him ever playing for Liverpool again? Scrap says yes. People say yeah. If he plays well. Alisson Shanky says, yeah, it's a 6 though. Apparently Liverpool don't see him as a 6 though. I'm with you. Like, be honest, I've always thought he was an 8. I thought he's more of a box-to-box midfielder than he is a defensive midfielder, personally. I mean, it's very 50-50 in the chat. Very 50-50 in the chat. No, I agree with you, Stevie, in the chat. Stevie Kirkman. I agree with you in the chat, man. Agree with you in the chat. That's why we're having this discussion, my friends. Why we're having this discussion. And Goose might have it here as well. This might look, guys. This might be just a fact. Slot might not rate him. This is a massive fact. Slot might just not rate him. But here's the thing. So there's been there's been a few things coming out of Liverpool where, you know, some quotes have been along the side of that. Liverpool want him to go out on loan, but they want him to play the number 8 central midfield role. That's where they want him to go on loan. So anyone who's coming in for Stefan that are going to want a loan in for the year, like Celta Vigo apparently do. So Celta Vigo heavily want Stefan. Liverpool wants Stefan to play the number 8 role if he's going to be loaned, not the DM role. Which tells you, and here's another question I want to ask everyone, guys. Here's another question I need to ask everyone. If Liverpool don't see Stefan Bajcetic as a DM, as a number 6 role, then why all of last year did we hear that we can't buy a DM because you have to make room for Stefan's growth in the team. You can't stop Stefan. You can't stop Stefan getting into that DM position. We have to protect Stefan. That was the rumours last year. That is why we didn't buy anyone in that DM position, because you've got to protect Stefan Bajcetic, because they see him as the future of the defensive midfield team for Liverpool Football Club. And then this year, obviously, there's new people in charge. They're like, nah, He's not a DM. He's a number 8. Klopps saw him as a 6. That's the only thing. And the new regime. Ain't it mad? Ain't it mad, though, how, the regime last season didn't see that, but this new regime don't think he's good enough to play DM. It's mad. There's so much stuff that comes out from the club. I don't know what to believe or not believe anymore. Like Scrap says, there was also in for Lavia, who was the same age as Stefan. It's just, I don't know what to believe. I don't know about you guys, but I have no idea what to believe anymore. One story comes out, another story comes out, then another story comes out, then another story comes out, and my head just spins. My head just spins. I literally don't know what we're doing, where we're going. It's just weird to me. But Stefan leaving, at the end of the day, if Arne Slot sees Stefan Bajcetic as a number 8, then the right thing to do is Stefan go on loan, because he's not going to play. Right? I'm all right with that. That makes sense, yeah? So, but it doesn't mean we don't need to still buy a defensive midfielder, or whatever they want to call it, a deep line playmaker, an anchor man, whatever it is in that number 6 position that Slot wants to play. They obviously need one. So even if Stefan goes out on loan, it doesn't really matter, because we still need a number 6 in our team. It doesn't really matter. It's Harvey Blair gone. He's gone to Portsmouth. So, the only one who hasn't gone is Jayden Danns, which is interesting to me. I know Jayden Danns has had a bit of an injury. So we'll have to wait to see what happens with Jayden Danns. But I think there's something in Jayden Danns where Slot might look at Jayden Danns and go, you know what, you're my third number 9. I think Jota's number 1, Darwin Núñez is number 2, and Jayden Danns is your third choice number 9. Then you've got Diaz and Gakpo as your left wingers. You got Mo Salah as your right winger, and you got 3 number 9s in there. So I feel like that's what they're looking at. I'm not sure with McConnell. I think McConnell is still in the under 23s. I think McConnell's quite an immature footballer. I think he needs a bit of growing still, so I'm surprised if he goes on loan. I think he needs that under 23 work. It seems Slot is not clocked like they suggested. Yeah, Slot seems a bit more ruthless, don't he? Slot does seem a bit more ruthless. As Shannon says as well, McConnell's not good enough. He's not. Big up, Shannon. Don't know. I think it might be your first time over here. I know you're on Monty's show a lot. Big up. Yeah, McConnell is he's never going to be that guy, is he? He's never going to be that guy. So, what's the point of keeping him around? Let him go on loan, man. Yeah, Trey. I don't think Trey is going anywhere. Yeah, I'm with you. Slot looked at Trey in pre-season and thought, shit. He saw Trey in pre-season and thought, no, I'm keeping that kid. That kid's something. Yeah, I think Slot wants to train Trey. I'll be surprised. I think Slot's going to look at Trey Neone and think, you know what, I can get something out of that kid. Yeah. Big up Jamie in chat. The certainty has been a unique and bloody frustrating transfer window. It certainly has. Big up, Shan. Been over a few. Big up. You want to copy my favourite. So much love. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, sell McConnell. Yes, McConnell's. Look, I like. Look, some of these young guys are good players. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pretend they're dead players. I think Bobby Clark, out of all the youngsters that played last season, not including Quansah and Connor Bradley, but the midfield and attackers, I think Bobby Clark probably has the most potential, right? I think he had the most potential. And I think that's why Liverpool got a good transfer fee of 10 million quid for him from Salzburg. Because he has the most potential. Now, I think selling him might have been... I don't think it'd be a mistake because, you know, as potential, you don't know when potential is really go to come through. You know, his potential could come through in 3 years, 4 years, or could come through tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, I do think Bobby Clark had the most potential, but I'm not surprised they sold him. Yeah, Kay Gordon's going out on loan as well. You know, the exodus of players. It's like we're trying to get rid of Klopp's team, Klopp's legacy. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else feels in this, but it does feel like they're trying to get rid of Klopp's legacy. Because if you think of Klopp's legacy is probably through the youth team. You think about the youth team, that what it is now, the players that are coming through from there. That's probably Klopp's legacy, guys. And that's what they're sort of getting rid of. Harvey Blair gone. Bobby Clark gone. Yeah. Stefan Bajcetic could be gone by the look of it. Who else is going? Kumas has signed a new deal, but he's gone out on loan. They're moving them. So it's definitely, yeah. It's either that, or as Goose said, it's just cold business. It's just cold business. Who knows? I mean, look, Goose Up says that it could be just cold business where we're not been used to that in previous regimes. You know, I do know when Klopp was around, as much as we loved Klopp, the one thing we always said that maybe he weren't ruthless enough. And now we're seeing that ruthlessness come through. Brian says, Jamie, you say Clark has the most potential, but you don't watch him day in, day out, the manager and stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm happy him going, my friend. That's why I'm not bothered about him leaving. That's why I'm not. But what I mean by that, we got a good transfer fee for 10 million for him. I mean, you think that he played a handful of games last season. He's still really an academy player. So to get 10 million quid from him, obviously out of everyone else in that, that's what I'm trying to say. He probably does have the most potential. And Centano, big up to you. Slot is gathering his players. Klopp's players leaving. I know it's frustrating, but it's not the end of the window yet. Yeah, oh man, I agree with you, definitely. They got 7 days to sort all this out, and we are happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're happy. Just go and get 3 players in. Go and get me a centre back in, a left back in, and a defensive midfielder in. And I think we're all calm. I think we'll all be calm. I think we're all sit here like, okay, all right, now we can play. Let's go. Let's go. You know, obviously we need more than that eventually. But it is what it is at the moment. I mean, I'm pissed off about we all are, yeah. But hopefully players come in. James Pierce said no emotion. Yeah, this is what I said at the beginning of the video. Especially with Michael Edwards. He ain't going to care what we're all thinking, guys. He's not going to panic. Liverpool, let's be right now. Liverpool could go and buy a player tomorrow if they want to, right? Liverpool really can go and buy a player tomorrow if they want to. But they're not going to panic like that. They're going to take their time. They're going to get the right guy. Where us fans are sitting there going, where's our players, man? You know, we're in the dark. The fans, as always, we're the ones in the dark. Every single bloody time. Us fans are the ones in the dark where we don't know what's going on. It's hard to understand. Big up vibes in the chat. It says, with Super, he says, we can only conclude his ruthlessness when he does that to a superstar. Quantum was only a kid, and also it was just Ipswich. Yeah, good points. Good points as well. That's good points. We'll have to see, as you say there. We'll have to see. I think, you know, listening to the way Slot talks, he's very direct. He's very blunt. So we'll have to see on that, but it's a good point you bring up. Big up Double A says, Jamie, we have to give credit though, 60 million for Fabio and Sepp. Yeah, that's great business. It is. If we get some signing in, that'll be a great transfer window. Yeah, look, I don't disagree with that. We just got to buy players in. Do you know what I mean? Just got to buy players in. It's Arnold Slot on meth. He's so relaxed about the fact we ain't signed anyone. He's chilled. Arnold's chilled, but you can tell behind his eyes. Look closely behind the eyes. You can tell he's seething a little bit. But he's chilled, man. I like Arnold Slot. I think Arnold Slot's going to be decent, guys. I don't know how you feel. I think Arnold Slot's going to be decent, man. Big up Danny up the Reds. We'll have to replace Diaz, Nunes, and Robbo next summer too. Right, let's get to that because that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really, really good point. So obviously, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mohamed Salah are free agents come the end of the season. As of now, what is it? Friday, the 23rd of August. Them three guys could leave Liverpool Football Club. We obviously don't want them to leave Liverpool Football Club. We want them to sign on. You see, Virgil, look, Mohamed Salah at 32 does not look like he's winding down. He looks as fit and as good as ever. Give him a new deal. I'm going to say this all the time. If you can find a better right winger in the transfer market tomorrow to replace Mo Salah with, let Mo Salah's contract run down and buy that player. If you can't, what the hell is the point of letting Mo Salah leave for free? Like, literally, what is the point? If you can't find a player better than Mo Salah, why are you letting him go? I don't care how old Mo Salah is. If Mo Salah's still getting you 20 goals a season, 10 assists a season, and getting you 30 GA, even at 32, why would you let him go? Look at what Man City have just done. Man City have just gone to re-sign Gundogan from Barcelona on a free transfer. What is he, 33? Do you know why they've done that? Because he's quality. He's absolute quality, and they've got him for a free transfer. Yeah, because he's a quality player. And that signing alone's probably made City favourites for the league again. Age don't matter when they're that good, guys. Honestly, age don't matter when they're that good, man. No right winger in the world is better than Mo Salah and still. So why would you let him leave? The sensible thing to do is give Mo Salah a 3-year contract, and then in them 3 years, you sign and future-proof that side of the pitch with a brand new player, and you give him time to get used to being the Mo Salah replacement. So you go and search for the next couple of years. For around the world, scout around the world for that right winger that's going to replace Mo Salah. You future-proof that area. But while you're doing that, you sign Mo Salah to a new contract for 3 years. Right, get the job done. Virgil van Dijk, the same thing. Virgil van Dijk's 33 years of age. He's still one of the best defenders in the world. Why would you let him go? Who you going to buy to replace Virgil van Dijk? How much would it cost for you to get a caliber of footballer right now to replace Virgil van Dijk? Future-proof the position. Sign Virgil van Dijk up to a 2 or 3 year contract, and in that time, go and find a young defender that's one of them young quality defenders on the way up. Look, Arsenal did it with Saliba. They found Saliba. They scouted him, let him go on loan for a year or two, brought him back, and now he's one of the best defenders in the world. Yeah? Go and do the same thing. There's players out there. Sign Virgil up to a new contract, and then look and search worldwide for the Virgil replacement of future-proof that position. Right? And then you've got Salah and Virgil signed up to new contracts, and at that time you'll go find players to future-proof them positions while you still got them two players at your football club. It's common sense. It's common sense to me to do that. It's absolute common sense. My only worry is, this is my only worry. This is my only worry. Michael Edwards isn't a fan of giving players in their 30s long-term contracts. He's not a big fan of it. We know he tried to get rid of a load of players in their 30s in the Jurgen Klopp years, but Jurgen Klopp had more power than Michael Edwards, and he kept hold of them players, yeah? We know for a fact he wanted Milner gone, he wanted Jordan Henderson gone, and players like that, right? He wanted them gone and moved on. I don't think Michael Edwards is stupid enough, though, to look at it and go, Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk are not Henderson and James Milner. To all credit in the world to Henderson and James Milner, you can't put them two players in the same caliber as Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah. And if truth be told, apparently Michael Edwards loves Virgil and Mo Salah. They're his guys, especially Mo Salah. Mo Salah is Michael Edwards' guy. He's the one who got him. Yeah, he got him over Brandt. He told Klopp, Julian Brandt's not the guy. Mo Salah is. So Mo Salah is Michael Edwards' guy. They have got to sign these two to new deals. I don't think Mo wants a wage increase. I think Mo would be happy to stay in the amount of money he's on a week now. I don't think he wants a long-term contract. He just wants reinsurances. If you go to Mo tomorrow and go, look, Mo, we're going to keep you on 350 grand a week, but what we're going to do, we're going to expand your bonuses. So your bonuses are going to expand, but your basic contract will stay the same, but we're going to give you a 3-year contract. I guarantee you right now, Mo signs it. Mo will sign it. Mo will sign that new contract. I don't think it's all about money with Mo. I think he's getting 350 grand a week basic. You extend his bonuses. So he probably makes almost 500 grand a week. You give him a 3-year contract, which is what I think he wants. I think it's term of contract. He doesn't want a year contract. He doesn't want a 2-year contract. He wants 3 to 4 years. Give him that contract, and I guarantee you would sign it. Same with Virgil van Dijk. Same with Virgil. Give them the contracts they need, they'll sign them. Obviously, the one is Trent. You know, I know a lot of people think Trent's off to Real Madrid. Trent's head has been turned. Trent's going to cost you the most, in my opinion. Trent will, you know, that will cost you the most, in my opinion, is Trent's contract. I think Trent, I think we'd have to make Trent our record signing, you know, to keep him. I think we're looking at having to make Trent Alexander-Arnold our most expensive player to keep him at a football club. He's got to spend over a barrel here. Let's face it. He's 25 years of age, is he? He's in the peak of his powers. He knows Real Madrid want him. We know Real Madrid would love him. He's going to want Mo Salah money. You'd feel that Trent would want close to Mo Salah money. You know, that is that's the one. That's the one. Jamie Ornstein said he thinks Trent will be done, but can't see all 3 contracts being extended. Yeah, that's just madness to me. I understand from a financial point of view doing Trent's contract first. It makes sense from a financial point of view because where Trent is in his career, you know, he's got 5, 6, 7. He's got longer in his career to go than Virgil and Mo have. But not signing, especially Moa, it'd be madness to me. It'd be madness to me, man. It'd be madness to me. Look, I think all 3 will sign. I think we sign all 3 up. Goosed up's with me as well. I think all 3 will sign. I think the only one who goes up in money is Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. I think Virgil might have a little increase, but not much. And I think Salah will stay on the same money. I think his bonuses will be extended and he'll just sign a longer contract. Because I'm being fair here. If Mo leaves for a free transfer at the end of the season and he goes to Real Madrid or he goes to Inter, like, I don't know where he goes, to be fair, PSG or something like that. He's only going to get between 350 and 400 grand a week anyway, in my opinion. I don't think Mo's looking at getting anything over 400 grand a week, not at his age. I think if Mo was 27 and he was a free transfer and he went somewhere like Real Madrid and PSG, he's easily getting over 400 grand a week, probably close to 500 grand a week. But at 32, I think even if Mo leaves as a free transfer at the end of this season and he stays in Europe, he stays on the same money, man. He stays on the same money. You know, he'd stay on the same money. He really will. And on thingy super chat as well, you know, with Darwin Núñez, is it Luis Diaz? Let me get the super chat up again. Danny super chat. And look, Diaz and Núñez and Robbo as well. Their contracts will be coming to an end as well. With Robbo, I think the club are happy for Robbo to leave for a free transfer, guys. What value is in Robbo? Like Andrew Robinson, how much money and value we actually go get out of him? We only paid 8 million quid from him in a way, pretty much a free transfer because of Kevin Stewart going the other way to Hull. So there's no real value there. I think they just let his contract run down and he goes to Celtic for a free. That's my guess. Luis Diaz, I think, will be sold either in January or next summer. And Darwin Núñez, if he has a good year this year, I think he gets a contract extension because there's a lot of money on Darwin Núñez. So I think Darwin Núñez gets a contract extension. I think Diaz gets sold, and I think they let Robbo go for free. That's just my personal opinion. I just don't see Robbo getting a new deal. I really don't. I think Robbo as a left back, who you can't even say his first choice right now, at 30 years of age? When his contract runs out, it'd be 31 going on 32. I just think they let him go. Yeah, I'll let him go. Big Out Mickey says, I recommend everyone go and watch a K-Max stream last night. Great facts about how the slot operates. Yeah, go and make sure you are listening to K-Mac, man. Make sure you are listening to K-Mac. It's a great guy. It's a great guy. Go and check him out. Look, the thing with Arne Slot, we'll learn more how he operates while he's Liverpool manager. The thing is, the only thing I will say is that managers all operate differently when they go to certain clubs. Like Klopp operated a little differently at Borussia Dortmund than he did at Liverpool Football Club. So managers operate a little bit differently when they go to different clubs. So we'll see how Slot operates. But yeah, Slot is no nonsense. He tells you as it is. He's very blunt and direct, even with his players. I think Robbo came out and said that about the halftime talk that they had in the Ipswich game. He's very blunt. He's very direct. I think Cody Gakpo even said it the other day. I saw quotes from Cody Gakpo basically telling us that, you know, when Slot talks, yeah, he's very direct with what he wants, and you know, he's very to the point. So yeah, Arne Slot knows what he wants, guys, and he's already telling the players what he wants and what he thinks. So yeah, Arne Slot's going to be a good coach, man. Big up Solo. See you later, man. Yeah, he's a good. Slot's got the ability to be a great coach, in my opinion. And I think he has. Even rivals now, even rivals are looking at Arne Slot and going, "Yeah, Arne Slot's a good coach, but your owners are letting him down by not buying any players." And I agree. I agree right now. Yeah, you know that bit in the press conference. I haven't watched his press conference this morning yet. I'm gonna have to go and watch it. But did he actually swear about saying like I couldn't give a shit or something like that? Was that actually real, or was that someone add that on? Because I haven't watched his live presser. Did he actually say that? He said something along the lines of I don't give a shit or something like that, which is just it's quite mad. It's quite mad that he said that. I hope Robbo gets signed by a big club after us. Don't fall off. I think he'll go to Celtic personally. I personally think that's where he's going to go. I think Celtic are his club. It's the club he loves. So, yeah. He said shit. Yeah, he said it was shit. Yeah. If he said it was shit, he said if we played shit. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, he's direct, man. The man's direct. He knows what he wants. I love the guy. I absolutely love Arnold Slot already, guys. I don't know about you in the chat. I think Arnold Slot could actually be a big success for Liverpool, and I think, you know, again, Michael Hughes. I've put them together now. They're now married. Richard Hughes and Michael Hughes are now married. Edwards are now married. No, Michael Edwards. He might have pulled a rabbit out of the hat of Arnold Slot. You know, he might have pulled a rabbit out of the hat of Arnold Slot and got him before anyone else got there, and actually saw the quality that he has. Who knows? I don't know. The Dutch have no filter. Oh, man, honesty, I don't think he's in the chat, but he would tell us mostly. He lives in the Netherlands, so he would be able to tell us. But guys, look, you guys have been amazing again. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new around here. I'd appreciate it. You guys have been fantastic today, heavily. 173 likes. I didn't even look at the likes. We're at 174 likes right now. We've got 330 people that have been constantly in the house today. You guys are amazing. Can we get up to 200 likes? We need 25 more people to hit that fun button underneath the video. If we could do that, that would be amazing. 200 likes while we're live, guys. That would be tremendous. 185 now. So, yeah. Keep it at 35, yeah. 175, 35, yeah. Now we need 20. Yeah, keep hitting that like button. I can't count. Keep hitting that like button, guys. 200 likes before we finish would be a beautiful thing while we're live. It helps the algorithm, helps the channel. I do appreciate it, considering I didn't spell happening right in the title either. What the hell? Yeah, hit them likes a minute ago. Hit them likes. You guys have been tremendous as always, guys. You really have. I really do appreciate every bloody single one of you. I really do. But guys, what we're going to do, we're going to leave it there. I've had my chat. We spoke about it. We're trying to work everything out. I don't think we are going to work it out, to be honest, till something actually happens. Sales are good, yes, but sales are not everything, you know. Sales are not everything. We need to see real transfers soon, guys. We really do. We need to see real transfers soon. I need to see players coming in, and then we're all happy. 200 likes. Big up to everyone. I might make a visit, Badrian, you know. I might make a visit, because why not? I might make a visit tonight. Midnight. I'm there. Guys, thank you very much for watching me today. This is going to take you to the 12th Man podcast. Go over there and give them, say, Jamie sent us. So this will take you to the 12 Man podcast. So make sure you go over there and say Jamie sent us. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye for now. See you later.